Good day, everyone. I'm Lizzie Pirindora from BS Cream 2 Delta. And today, we're conducting an interview with the instructor of other department here in GSCSC Dominga Campus about William Sheldon's somatotyping theory. Somatotype theory states that there is an association between an individual's body type and certain personality or behavioral traits. Sheldon's somatotypes are associated with the biological criminological theories of crime causation. This theory categorizes individuals into three body types. First is mesomorph, second ectomorph, and lastly is endomorph. Mesomorph is more likely to build muscle mass rather than gain weight through fat storage. So it is an athletic body type, just like for example, runners, gymnasts, and swimmers. So second is ectomorph. This is when the body type is lean and slender and tends to have less body fat and muscle. For example, a fashion models. Endomorph. This is when the body type has more stored fat, lots of muscle, and gain weight easily. People with this body type are not always overweight, just like for example, a football lineman. These somatotypes are associated with biological criminological theories of crimes causation.
So, good morning, ma'am. We are here to conduct a short interview. We are second year criminology from SUPG department. So, before asking question, could you tell us your name first?
Okay, good morning. This is Rene H. Kunol and Assistant Professor 2 of this institution, the Jason State College. What else?
Thank you, ma'am. Our first question, ma'am, is, are people who are athletic body more prone to commit crimes and why?
Okay, for me, it is not a basis, no, the physical appearance of a person is not a basis for me on for us to tell if that person will able to commit a crime or not. Because for me, there are a lot of factors that may influence a person for them to think on or for them to commit a specific crime. But the physical appearance is not one of those factors. No? So some of this maybe they are facing a problem. So maybe one of the crime they may commit is stealing. One of the reason of that is maybe they are experiencing a financial problem, you know, so that is one of the reasons why they can they do such action even though they already know that this is against the law, no? So that is just one of the examples.
This is the second question. Are skinny people more likely to commit crimes like sexual harassment?
Okay, so just the same with the first question, since we are referring to the physical appearance, no? Especially the skin one, no? I don't believe that they are capable of can perform such crime just like the sexual harassment, because if we are talking about sexual harassment, of course it needs force, no? For you to do your purpose on harassing someone. No, so if you are skinny, so looking into the force, no, okay, ang force it could relate to the weight of the person, di ba? But on the other aspect, as what I have said, it is not really a basis if you are a skinny or not for you to commit such crime, no? Okay, even though you are physically fit, you are skinny, as long as you are mentally healthy, no? So you are thinking of a reasons moral reasons for you to do actions, no? So, kung healthy food in one's way of thinking, so most of the time, you will do actions that are morally right, no? So, whether you are skinny or not. Anak mo siya.
Good morning, sir. We are here to conduct a short interview with you with my body. We are second year college students from the BS Criminology programs. Before we start asking questions, could you tell us a bit about yourself, sir?
I am Mr. A. Oklay, regular employee of admin, supply officer 1 of this institution.
Here our first question, sir. Are people who are overweight more prone to commit crimes and why?
Okay, my opinion about this question is that this statement is, I am not in favor of this because overweight people, although there are tendencies that they can commit crime because of bullying, but generally, overweight persons or people are not prone to commit crimes because if they are able to manage this some sort of bullying, so they can control themselves in making crimes, no? In committing crimes. So I don't, in my opinion, I am not in favor of this statement.
So here's the second question, sir. Do you think body types influence a person's risk of becoming a report offenders?
So, body type in this statement, in my opinion, body type influences the person's risk of becoming a repeat offender. In my opinion, I don't think I'm not in favor of this because body types does not influence, or that has nothing to do with becoming or repeat offenders of crimes. So, in this statement, I would consider this or not in favor of this. Okay, thank you.
Good morning, sir. We are here to conduct a short interview. We are second year college student from the BS Criminology programs. Before we start asking questions, tell us a bit about yourself.
Hi, good morning. I am Rob Galen Ribarwada. I'm a staff of the Quality Assurance Office in this institution.
Are skinny people more likely to commit crimes? Why?
I think no, kasi hindi naman talaga sa being skinny or being fat. It's all about the mindset of the person. Because most of us, mostly of us Filipinos are skinny, and I think the most crucial thing is pagiging suicidal is not about open about your problems, and there's also a small percentage, I think for me, hindi open sa kanilang problema kaya nagiging depressed sila, and they're thinking that kaya nilang isolve yung problem, but the reality is no man is an island. You can solve problem on your own. So I think that is the main thing.
Thank you, sir.
The third question, sir, is according to William H. Sheldon Jr., are people with skinny and athletic bodies more common to commit crimes such as murder? Do you believe this, sir, and why?
I believe it is because most of the skinny guys are more athletic and more aliksi now, and also they are not easily recognized because of their skinny body type, because most of the people are skinny. If it is fat, they dali sila ma-recognize, especially they have CCTV, and also if nakamask or anything, kahit mataba ka o nakamask ka, madali ka ma-recognize na kasi. Sige na yan. Also, skinny people who are committing crimes are easily get away to the certain place kasi maliksi sila eh. So, that is... It is not because walang binabasihan ng pagiging sizes ng katawan if you are committing crimes because mindset mo na yan eh. Gusto mo mag-commit ng crimes or any murder or anything that is without second thought na anong consequences nito, you will definitely gonna do it. Especially yung mga yung nagsasabu or anything like because of poverty mostly, mga mahihirap yung nagko-commit ng crimes. There's also mayaman, pero I think that is hindi masyadong broadcast, pero mostly mahirap talaga yung nagko-commit ng crimes. And size doesn't matter about those crimes.
Thank you, sir.
So as we all heard the answer of some of the faculty of GCC Biniyag campus, based on their answers, somatotyping theory have a complex factors. Sheldon argued that mesomorphs were more prone to delinquency and criminal behavior due to their associated temperaments, which he believed were active and aggressive but lacked sensitivity and inhibition. However, his research has been criticized for its lack of representativeness and for mistaking correlations for causation. So, in conclusion, somatotyping theory has been largely discredited and it is not accurate to link physical behavior. So, while some studies have found the correlations between body types and social aspect to criminal justice system, these findings are complex and require further investigation. So it is important to approach this topic with nuance and sensitivity, avoiding harmful stereotypes and generalizations. So criminal behavior is influenced by a wide range of factors, and it is essential to address it with comprehensive understanding of the social, economic, and psychological influences at play.